What's up, people of YouTube? This is Troll here, bringing you guys another video for my channel. And today we're going to be discussing Black Ops 4, which is really weird to hear because I don't think I've talked about Black Ops 4 exclusively in quite a while. The topic has been Modern Warfare real heavy lately because of the beta and so on and so forth, but today we're discussing Black Ops 4. We're going to be talking about the final opinions, the closing of the book, if you will, on Black Ops 4. What was my opinion on it from start to end? How did I perceive everything? Like, just my overall opinion on the game. And I'm going to start off by saying right off the bat, it's not good. I know going into Black Ops 4, I made a video similar to this for World War II, and I kind of dogged on World War II. And honestly, I still think the game deserved it. And in World War II, I don't think the game was bad. I felt like the gunplay was okay. I felt like it had a lot of potential, but it was very internet-based, and it caused a lot of issues there, and it was stale really fast. That was the issues of World War II. But in Black Ops 4, we have a whole new set of problems. We face a whole different beast when it comes to the issues that plagued Black Ops 4 during its life cycle. Now, to start off, a lot of people thought that this game, myself included, thought that this game was going to be Black Ops 2 reincarnated, next-gen consoles, boots on the ground, and it was exciting. Then we got the news that the specialists were in the game, and people were not necessarily happy about that. It was what it was. You know, we were going to deal with it. They weren't awful in Black Ops 3, so how bad could they be in this game, right? Then we find out that they have this season pass again. They're bringing back the season pass. I don't even remember what it was called, but it was some cheese that nobody really wanted. A lot of people were upset about it. A lot of people are still upset about it, but we accepted the fact that that was going to be the case. So we got the Black Ops pass. We got the specialists. We're off to a kind of a bad start here. Then we find out that a lot of the maps in the game are actually remakes of previous maps from other games. And then the base maps in the game aren't really that great. I'd say they're pretty much all average. Nothing super memorable. Then we get into the weapons themselves, and we find out that there's like almost no weapons in the game. I want to say, I'm going to go out here on a limb, and I'm going to say that Black Ops 4 probably had the lowest weapon count of any Call of Duty game at launch, which is a huge problem when it's a first-person shooter. And I will go to bat for Treyarch at any point in time. I'll go to bat for David Vonderhaar at any point in time. I think that they have a great team of developers there. I think that they have made the best Call of Duties to date. And that's my opinion. I loved Black Ops 3. I loved Black Ops 2. I loved Black Ops 1, even though Black Ops 1 wasn't really David Vonderhaar's thing. It was somebody else. But that's not the point. The point is I definitely prefer Treyarch games, and I will go to bat for them whenever I feel it is right. Unfortunately, I don't think Black Ops 4 was a very good game. The weapons were a problem, the maps, overall it was an issue. I will say that one of the huge positives from this game that I personally liked, I'm not talking about the pro scene, I'm not talking about competitive, I personally liked Stim Shot. I think that it was nice. I think that there was another tactical level to the game, the self-healing. I also think that the time to kill was okay. I mean, it was a little ridiculous. I'd be okay with it not being quite as high ever again, but I prefer higher time to kill games, and this is my reason why. I think that it takes more skill to get into a gunfight with somebody, and if you are able to counter him, if you are able to move out of the way of that player and get shots on them, whoever has the better shot is going to win that gunfight. If you have more gun skill than that other person, and you are able to get out of his line of fire to shoot back and turn on him, and you have a better shot, you should be winning that gunfight every single time. And going into Modern Warfare, one of the issues is the fact that the time to kill isn't super low. The time to kill is very, very fast, and I'd say it's, if not faster than Call of Duty Ghosts, it's right about there. I mean, it's pretty similar. And it comes down to whoever shoots first is going to win first, because it takes almost no gun skill to win in a gunfight. You know, it's just whoever can spray in that direction first is usually going to win the gunfight, and I just don't like that. But those are my two perks from Black Ops 4. And Blackout, in and of itself, I don't want to say anything negative against it. I don't want to count anything from Blackout into Black Ops 4 because I feel like Blackout is its own game basically, but Blackout is enjoyable. I can see the appeal. I do enjoy it when I play it. I just couldn't catch the wave. I couldn't get sucked into that game like most people could. So unfortunately, Blackout is just not something that I really enjoyed, but I don't want to use that against the game of Black Ops 4, the multiplayer, the zombies, so on and so forth, because it just didn't feel like the same game. And that's fine. To all the people who like it, you know, keep doing you, keep playing it, that's fine, just not for me. Now, other problems with the multiplayer, the big ones that I had issues with. First of all, I think they tried a little too hard when it came to Mastercrafts and it came to the dark matter camo. There were things that we should have seen roll out that never did. We should have been able to select certain versions of the camos once you get certain kills. We should be able to select that as our primary camo instead of it changing. We should have had so many different options when it came to character customization that we didn't have that was there in Black Ops 3. I'm talking about the hero skin or the hero armor, whatever you want to call it. None of that was there. It felt like there was, aside from dark matter, there was very minimal grind to this game, and instead that grind factor went to the battle pass, which was a cool concept at the start. The problem was they didn't give you any way to actively get through that battle pass faster. They just said, okay, here's, you know, 100 tiers, go ahead and play the amount of hours it requires to finish that unless you want to pay for it. And that's ludicrous to me. Your competition is Fortnite. Fortnite has battle stars. Fortnite has these little challenges every single week. They have all these opportunities to get more battle stars, to get through. They have daily challenges to get through that battle pass faster than other people who aren't playing as much. But no, they give us a set amount of time. Everybody has the same amount of time unless you want to cough up some money, because we're Activision and that's what we want more than anything. So the battle pass was good, and then it was bad. And then it got worse later in the year when they decided to pull all of the weapons out of the battle pass, put them all in supply drops, and then give you a reward at a weapon, or a chance to earn a weapon that you want through a non-duplicate protected supply drop. And it was just absolutely ridiculous. They implemented supply drops again. Obviously, we've had this discussion. The supply drops went from being 3 items to just being 1 item now, and then you could get 3 duplicates. 3 duplicates, guys, before you would re-roll it and get something else. And when all of this stuff happened, I would say sometime around June or May, I lost all desire and all will to play Black Ops 4. I have touched it maybe a handful of times since then. I didn't want to upload anything to my YouTube channel. I even got back into Fortnite there for a while. The game was just, it was ruined. It felt like it was ruined. The gunplay feels good. I like that it's fast-paced. I like the way that the maps flow. I like all the Treyarch trademark things about the game. But unfortunately, a crappy supply drop system has become one of the trademarks for Treyarch. And it's just super upsetting. It's disappointing in every possible way that I could fathom. It is just beyond disappointing. Aside from that, I mean, obviously, all of that stuff is a huge negative, and it makes me dislike the game extremely. But in a more positive light, I feel like Zombies was pretty enjoyable, and I'm a very casual Zombies player. I don't go hardcore for the Easter eggs or anything like that, but I feel like the Zombies mode was pretty fun this year. I enjoyed 9. Even the Titanic map wasn't awful. I enjoyed this year more than Black Ops 3. Obviously, I mean, I played it more. It was fun, and I don't really have anything bad to say about that. If I was to give the game as a whole a rating, I would probably put it at right at about a 5, maybe a 5.5 out of 10. I don't think the game is absolutely dog shit. I don't think the game is really good. I don't think it deserves to be considered one of the best, but I also don't think that it's the worst thing ever. You know, if they would have put a little bit more attention to detail into the maps and the guns at launch, and then of course wouldn't have screwed it with the microtransaction system, we would have been fine even with the specialists in the game. We could have made that work. That would have been something to build on. But instead, we got this wannabe live service Call of Duty title with almost no updates, unless it was a month after, like, the last update. It didn't feel like it was being supported by the team that made it within the first 4 months of the game, and that's going to be a problem any time that there's a Call of Duty game released. If that's happening, it's an issue. Anyways, guys, that was pretty much everything that I wanted to say on my closing video on Black Ops 4, closing the book, closing the chapter, whatever you want to consider it as. Final nail in the coffin. Game's done. It's over. I'm done with it. It's going to be one of those games that sits on my shelf that I'll never play again. Like I say with every bad Call of Duty game, you can't just pick the ones that you decide to love. If you're a fan of the Call of Duty series, you're a fan of the Call of Duty series, and you've got to be there for the bad ones and the good ones. Anyways, guys, deuces.